Ocean Needs Everyone is celebrating 5 years of saving the oceans. My name's Enzo, and through Ocean Needs Everyone, I help save the ocean by doing beach cleanups, seal and mangrove plantings, making art about recycled plastic, and making films regarding the ocean's health. How can you help save the oceans at home? Well, even if you don't live near an ocean, trash can end up in there eventually, so cut down on your use of single-use plastics. If you see trash on the roads or beaches, make sure to pick it up. Use less gas-powered vehicles, fish responsibly, and help support local organizations. I started my organization when I was 12 years old because I wanted to make a difference. So remember, you're never too young to follow your dreams and make a change. Let's all save our oceans together, one piece of trash at a time.
Has this ever happened to you? Where's my truck bag? Ooh, I have a solution for that. Slab chalks! You take the chalk ball, put it in the mesh pocket, zip it up, slap, and get your chalk. Slab trucks are made right here in Springdale, Arkansas at Interform, the small batch manufacturing company. We're helping our community and providing local jobs to minorities and women of diverse backgrounds. I'm Joseph Rao, Ninja Warrior, Rock Climber, and the CEO of Slab Chalks.
Okay, yeah, you got it.
Welcome everyone to the beautiful continent of Australia. We are in Melbourne at the compound for our next installment of the Premier Series. This time around, my name is Kane Casillas alongside Kane Malden, and the compound has hosted the last two Australian national championships for the Ninja Challenge League. It was a no-brainer to have them host a Premier Series competition for the best of the best, led by owner and course designer Clem Vertigan. Clem makes some incredibly pumpy and awesome courses, and we've definitely seen a lot of that put on display for our early divisions. Now we're jumping into the preteen divisions in just a bit. We're going to take it in-house for y'all in a bit, where we're going to be breaking down exactly what happens in the Premier Series. So Kane, what is in store for our athletes here?
All right, so I'll explain it for those tuning in for the first time. So first things first, we'll start with the placement course, which is a typical ninja course format. If you fall once, that's it. That is your run. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. But you're not done yet. If you have a bad run on the placement course, your day is not done. It does, however, determine your seed on the challenge course, which is generally more pumpy and tough, but it gives you the opportunity to attempt an obstacle multiple times if necessary. And how that works, if you fail on an obstacle twice, you're out. Fail 3 different obstacles, donezo. So it looks like we are going to be going into our first few runners.
That's right. This is the top 25% of athletes throughout all of Australia, whether that's through national rankings, global rankings, or wildcard invitations based off of special skills. And we're going to be kicking it off with Miles Janes, who's actually, this is going to be Banjo Moser. I believe he signed up a little earlier, or a little later than expected.
Yeah.
Pardon me.
Yeah, when you sign up for
and he's running right through.
A little last minute. Yeah, you get to go a little early. We'll see what standard Banjo will be setting for us.
Now the time limit for this placement course is 1 minute 30 seconds. Coming into our second obstacle, the slack line. That blue box was under the slack line. Now it is not, so it's going to make it a little more unstable for them. Banjo now working his way through the dungeon.
Yeah, the dungeon always so tough, but look at that. Handling those vertical pegs with so much ease, so much flow. That's perfect.
But you can see here, Banjo not really remembering the order of the course. And that's kind of important to remember, especially on a speedier course like this one.
Yeah, maybe getting a little lost in the sauce, but he still has the time to make it work. Let's see, though, the Wingnuts taking a few...
Whoa, a one-handed save. And he still has time here.
Yeah, and as you can see...
Gotta get going. Oh, he's grabbing his shoulder. Hopefully he didn't get yanked too hard here. And it looks like there's no rings now. It's just bars. Can he link his way through? Oh. But he's grabbing his arm. Hopefully he's all right. Might have affected his performance on that obstacle there.
Yeah, definitely. It can put you in a little bit of a rush as well with the time pressure. Maybe got a little bit involved, but either way, Banjo, that was a really solid run to start us out.
That's right, and now we're going to take it to Miles Janes out of Geelong Ninjas. Off to the races right now, on rope to rope.
In his bio, he says he has a big dream to go all the way in Ninja, has many favorite obstacles, including bar hopper, grip laches, floating monkey bars, and the throwback. But he finds balance hard, but he was able to get through it.
Quick shuffles through. And he's going to run right over now to these Wingnuts. Has to start off with the rings. Going to use that ring to preload his swing. Should be good to go on this next move. Going to match, twist, and pop. He could have linked his way through that, but he's going to take one extra swing, and he's all right. Still has 44 seconds left on the clock. Coming into this lache lane.
Yeah, he's only the second to take it on, but wow, those laches looking so smooth. He might be the first to untie this.
Oh, taking extra swings, and he's out of there now. Coming down to our final two obstacles, the wheels and the warped wall. The wheels can be so time-consuming if you are not efficient enough with your swings. Miles reaches out, hops again, Gibbons his way through, now has 10 seconds left for the warped wall. It's going to come down to the wire here. How's his run up?
Wow.
He climbs right through, and with 3 seconds left on the clock, Miles Janes is our first finisher in the preteen division of the placement course. Amazing job.
Yeah, slithered up that warped wall. It was a perfect run. Even though he said he was a little worried about the warped wall, he was able to get up it when it mattered. It was a great run here to start us off.
Well, now Jack Goodman is going to be following that up, hoping to make it 2 clears in a row. He's not wasting any time between obstacles as well. Very important to be efficient, not just on the obstacles, but between them.
Yeah, I mean, Jack, I'd love to see the Send train continue to roll. And he's making good work of these first 4 obstacles.
Great pull on the Wingnuts there. He's just going to reach right out, give it an extra backswing, and he's safe.
Yeah,
very great pace here.
Sets himself up beautifully. Oh,
and he's going to link his way through. Yes.
Oh! That's what we like to see.
He's setting a great time right now. Good 1-2 match and go. Has so much time left on the clock right now, Kane.
This is going to be incredible. A great time here out of Jack Goodman. 21 seconds on the clock. You can see Elite on his shirt there. Yeah, I mean, what can I say? An elite run out of Jack Goodman.
Yeah, that was an incredible run with a time of 1:08 as well. It's going to be tough to beat, but we'll see if Oli Hodrup can beat that time. Looks like he's one of Jack's teammates as well. Wow, a huge sprint across the slack line, the fastest we've seen anyone do it so far.
Oh, yes, this is what we want to see out of the placement course. It's more of a speedy...
Oh, no! And he's going to peel down, and that's going to do it for his run, which means we're now going to take it back to the starting line for Kobe Roberts. Very surprising to see out of Oli. I have a feeling we're not going to see something like that on the challenge course out of him. He showed a lot of promise there.
Yeah. I think if you make a mistake on the placement course, it's not gonna be the end of the world, right? Because, it doesn't permanently affect your ability to qualify.
That's right. Now it's time for Kobe. Making sure his hands are dry and ready to go.
Yeah,
Gonna pull through that second rope, but leaves himself out in no man's land. Trying to save himself, but lost a bit of time there.
Yeah, this can be made up, though. We've seen time and time again. Now, wants to take this a little bit more conservatively.
Not really, he's flying.
I say as he flies through the obstacle.
Now coming into the wing nuts, we've seen a wide variety of techniques here. On this obstacle, we'll see what Kobe's approach is going to be. Nice link through. Now let's see if he can link these laches next.
Yes.
Ooh, almost. Had a good follow-through swing, though.
Yeah, it keeps the momentum rolling, and yeah, as you can see, that final bar right above the platform, so we can just drop on down, moving into the wheels.
Well, he's on track for a clear. The question is, what's his time going to be?
This is going to be a little closer than I anticipated, but he can still make this work, but he only has one shot to make it happen, and he takes advantage. Kobe's done it.
Kobe Roberts finishing in second place at the moment with a time of 1 minute 23 seconds. Amazing job.
Yeah, definitely nothing to scoff at. A great run. We're seeing a lot of early finishes. So let's see if Jasper can join them. Oh, no!
Wow. No shot.
Oh, that was a tough scene. He tried to go one arm on the pegs. Didn't quite pay off, it seems. Looks like we had a cameo from a good boy there. But
that's right. Meantime, shout out Macho, the mascot of the compound.
Nico Zandana.
Now, Nico is one of the top athletes in Australia.
A hop, skip, and a jump across the slack line. Of course, comparatively safe here. It's crazy that I'm calling that the safe route on that obstacle, but nonetheless, Nico, he's making it through.
Nice one-arm swing there. Gets out of the wing nuts with ease. Already setting up his swing for some links. And he pops through like nothing.
A nice little underbar there as well. That'll take him into the wheels. Should be a simple pathway to the final obstacle here on the placement course. Oh, this is going to be a new top tying cane.
Wow. Yeah, a sub-minute time at that. A 57.4 second run from Nico Zandana.
That was really something special. 57. We've seen the top time drop by a considerable amount. We started at 127, 108, and now 57. So I'm eager to see what's going to happen next.
Well, up next now is going to be Ethan Roberts. Or Ethan Stone, sorry. I really did not read that properly. Ethan Stone.
Coming out of Geelong Ninjas, it seems. Ooh. Gonna slow down the pace a little bit. Balance so tricky on Ninja.
I don't typically read bios on the placement courses because it's very fast, but so is Ethan's bio. It says he's very competitive and he loves a speed course. Good, because you're running a speed course right now. You got to move. And so far, he's making pretty good time. About 40 seconds in, already on obstacle 5.
Yeah, nice brisk pace. This is what you need to see here on the placement course. Gonna take a few extra swings, and that'll lead him off the wing nuts and into the lache bars.
Now he has time to clear, but he's going to have to move with a little more urgency right now, especially on these next two obstacles, the laches and the wheels.
Yeah, I thought he was going to
really
go for the link.
Throws himself there. I think he was trying to, but just didn't work out that way. Up to that first wheel. 8 seconds remaining. It looks like time is going to run out for Ethan Stone, but he's going to get through this second to last obstacle and time up right as he's on the warped wall. So close.
At least he has a decent slide on the way down, but it's so vital to get obstacle points. So I'm glad he made it through the wheels. That'll put him in a better spot on the leaderboard. But in the meantime, here's Zach Whitehill Field on the course right now. Let's see what's he gonna put up here. What strategy?
Really strided through that.
Yeah, I mean, these preteens not slowing down even on a balance obstacle where you think you would want to slow down.
Now for this wing nut.
Yeah, into these wing nuts. The
nice link catch there. Awesome job.
He's flying like Superman there on the wing nuts. Oh. Thought he was going to link, but at least keeps the momentum rolling. Skips that bar altogether.
Oh, great grabs there. He's got plenty of time to get to the buzzer now. It looks like it's going to come down to just what his time is and what his placement will be, and it's going to be a time. Oh my goodness, a little celebration there, kind of emoted. 1 minute 12 seconds for a third place finish.
Yeah, had the whole squad up top on the warped wall to celebrate with him, and I don't blame him. That was a run to be proud of. We'll see what he'll put up in the challenge course.
All right, and now it looks like we're going to take it over to our next runner. I believe next we have Mason Dempsey, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think that's correct. Looks like
it's reading as Zach again, but we'll get that adjusted.
Yeah, of
so
course.
either Mason just ran under Zach's name, or Zach just ran, and now Mason is running under Zach's name. A little bit of inception here.
Yeah, it gets a little confusing. A glitch in the matrix.
Okay, so this is, I just got confirmation, this is Zach Whitehill Field. Shout out to Mason Dempsey, who was our previous runner, ran under the wrong name, but Mason crushed the course, and he's currently sitting in third place. Zach, though, making great pace through obstacle number 5, has a lot of time left on the clock to get a solid run at the buzzer.
Yeah, building up that swing nicely. Oh, yes. We're starting to see our athletes skip that final bar. It's right above the platform, so you don't really need it. With that said, Zach barely even needed that final wheel. And it looks like we're going to see another finisher here out of Zach. Climbing up. Great time.
Wow. And you can see Zach with a time of 1:11. And you can see fourth place there, Mason Dempsey. Time has been adjusted, or the name has been adjusted. Now for Joshua Thompson, a little stumble on that second step there, but he's all good.
Yeah, that obstacle far behind him, now going into the slack line. Ooh, yes!
A nice sprint through.
Great body awareness here out of Josh.
Yeah, slack lines are one of those obstacles where you kind of just want to rip the Band-Aid off sometimes. And if it's short enough, it's easy to just sprint through.
Yeah, Josh making great time here going into the wingnuts.
Nice catch there. And a
And
smooth dismount. But he's taking his time now walking over to the Lachey's. And not really moving with a whole lot of aggression on that swing until now. Is he going to link it? No, he's not.
Yeah,
Could link this dismount, and he chooses not to.
A little off kilter there, so maybe he wanted to regroup on that re-swing. But nonetheless, Josh, he's going to have to move through this. He has enough time to make this work, but that backswing going to cause a little bit of trouble.
Nice gibbon technique through. He has 10 seconds. He could get up the wall in time. He's just got to get it first try, which he does. And with 3 or 2 seconds left, a little under 3 seconds left, Joshua Thompson finishes in 6th place right now with a time of 1 minute 27 seconds.
Yeah, 1:27.27. Great run. To hit a buzzer, that'll put you nicely on the board. I'm sure that's a goal that Maxime Bull is eyeing up.
Maxim is now quickly through obstacle number 2. We're seeing a lot of great urgency out of our athletes. Good skip there on the dungeon as well.
Yeah,
not wasting any time.
Using that wingspan. Of course, the preteens, quite a ways taller than the mature kids for sure. So we're starting to see our athletes take advantage of that full arm length.
All right, now for our Lachey's here. Still has 40 seconds to go, and he's going to link his way through. Nope, but he sets a good follow-through swing. And he links the dismount. Awesome job. 30 seconds remaining for 2 obstacles.
Yeah, can afford to take a backswing here. He's yielded himself a nice bit of time here. Thus, a finish in the cards here for Maxime. Climbing up and hitting the buzzer.
Very well done. 5th place, a time of 1 minute 16 seconds. And the floodgates have certainly opened so far. We have 8 finishers with, I believe, 3 runners remaining for the preteen male division.
Yeah, Jaden Jolly. Oh my goodness, what's he doing? An explosive start.
Cruising.
I think we're in for a crazy run here, but we've seen some troubles here. Gotta take it. Nope, he's cruising through.
Now, we saw Jaden's younger brother, Daniel Jolly, qualify for the finals in the mature kids division just a few, like maybe an hour ago, if that. So Jaden definitely showing that Ninja runs in the family here.
Oh yeah, good catch. I think, if anything, Jaden would want to make it to Washington alongside his brother.
I would agree, Kane. Now he's onto those wheels, coming into the... Wow, this could be another sub-minute run. This could be a new fastest time. And just like that, Jaden Jolly, with a time of 54.4 seconds, takes the top spot from Nico Zandona.
That is a run to remember.
Wasn't sure if we were going to see other runs under a minute, and I'm pleasantly surprised.
We're seeing the pace really pushed. That's what makes this really exciting. The competition, the athletes pushing each other to their limits. I believe this is our final runner here on the placement course.
That's right, Mitchell Elwin now.
Yep.
Oh, a little stumble, and he's off on the slack line. Incredibly shocking there, a very early exit, and that means that Mitchell Elwin likely to be running first on the challenge course. So take a look at your leaderboard, folks. Flip that, and that is your run order for the challenge course. But we'll get into that a little later. Right now, we're going to jump over to the preteen female division as we take a look at our 7 athletes who are going to be taking on the placement course in this division.
Yeah, and as you can see, there are, I believe, 6 athletes competing in the preteen female division. So there's going to be more athletes qualifying than not. So
that's right. First up is Allison Zulk.
Yep, moving with some urgency here, with some fire in her eyes.
Great display of control there on the slack line.
Now, going up to the dungeon, it's always so tough. That's something we might take a little bit for granted. Vertical grips, honestly, kind of a given for our top 25 athletes, or 25%, sorry.
And she's in the clear coming into the wingnuts now, making good time.
Yeah, I like the grace, the smoothness here out of Allison.
Great link over.
Yep, 30 seconds left. This is looking a little bit more pressed than I was expecting, but I think she can still make some headroom here on this course.
Great dismount coming in with 10 seconds left. I don't think it clears in the cards. Oh, she might be getting a little tired here.
Oh, is she okay?
Perhaps a bit winded.
I think she's gonna tap out there.
Yeah, we'll just be they'll be checking in on her, but still a solid run. Made it to the second to last obstacle. Should put her in a good spot for the challenge course. Should she be ready to get rolling with it?
Yeah,
we'll take it back to the starting line in just a bit for Isabella Grosser, who's going to be our second athlete going.
Yeah, I mean, I really liked that first run here. Out of the gals, I'm really excited to see what our athletes can put up. Isabella Grosser, no exception.
Now, taking a look at your athletes here, the third runner, who has the number 2 next to her at the moment, it is Lucy Carr. Lucy is the national runner-up from the Ninja Challenge League finals last season. The person who beat her was none other than Jaden Jolly, who we saw put up the fastest time on the placement course for the male division. In the Ninja Challenge League, our leaderboards are co-ed, so Lucy had to beat out many guys and gals in order to earn a podium spot. Was the fastest non-finisher on stage 2 of the finals. She's going to be one to look out for, and she'll be in just a couple of runs after Isabella Grosser.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Again, I think with a small sample size of competitors here in this division, I think the competition going to be really fierce. That's the big thing. Everyone pushing each other, but it's going to be more so considering there are 4 spots and 6 athletes.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun here. Taking a look at another name I recognize who cleared stage 1 in the Ninja Challenge League finals. It's Charlie Stevens. She's going to be running a little later. You can see here, 6 years doing Ninja. Now, the preteens are 11 and 12 years old, so she's been doing Ninja for half her life. That experience is absolutely going to come into play. It's what got her into the Premier Series in the first place. You know, not just experience, but the amount of feats that she's been able to pull off in that time frame. It's truly special, and so I'm very excited to see how those athletes will take on the placement course and later on in the night, or day, sorry, the challenge course. I'm so used to saying night. I do too many night shifts. It's the day.
Yeah, you can see the sun.
Very clearly. While we're waiting, I do want to shout out some sponsors. First off is NinjaWorks, the ultimate ninja timing system. They are running a lot of the time limit software and whatnot that you see here on screen, partnered with our live stream team to make this live stream look as pretty as possible. You can also check ninjaworks.com or worldninjaleague.org for all of the results for any WNL competition, Premier Series included. We'll be updating our results in real time. So if you missed any division, any competitor, those results will be on the World Ninja League website, thanks to the power of NinjaWorks. And of course, there's DGS, the ultimate obstacle manufacturer around the world. They have created some of the craziest obstacles for the Premier Series and for the World Championships. You name it, they've made it most likely. They've also begun sponsoring some athletes. It began with Addie Herman as the first DGS sponsored athlete. And now there's an entire team DGS. Many of these athletes have actually been competing in the Premier Series. So shout out to DGS for providing amazing opportunities for some very deserving athletes. And of course, we have a local Australian sponsor this time around. OS NWT has been one of the longest standing suppliers of ninja holds, obstacles, and climbing holds in Australia. Since it started in 2016, the mission of OS NWT is to provide the very best products to the Australian public at all times. All of the ninja holds, ninja obstacles, and climbing holds are produced in-house by hand, made with the highest quality materials, giving you the best results. Built and created by those that understand, train, and compete in the ninja industry, the OS NWT products stand out from the rest, just like you do. Shout out to them. You can see a banner as well in the back. You might have seen that banner in the intro video of this stream as well. If you want to check them out, go to www.ausnwt.com or email ausnwt@outlook.com for more information. You'll see a couple of those obstacles a little later as well. On the left side of your screen right now, behind the wingnut is Thor's Hammer, an OS NWT exclusive. So it's going to be a lot of fun trying your luck spinning and swinging on that later on.
Wow, Kane.
But now we're back with Isabella Grosser for the placement course.
We're getting back into the swing of things. Isabella moving with some urgency. Of course, that's a given considering what course this is. Gonna have to slow it down a little bit for the slack line. I don't blame her.
Now coming into the dungeon where she can make up a little bit of time. Good, steady pace now.
Yeah, keeping the rhythm up. I like what she's doing here.
And gets that dismount, no problem.
Eyeing up these wing nuts here. They are always a little scary, given that they're a sideways swing, but nothing that these athletes aren't used to. A link off there and moving into the lache bars here. Of course, Isabella, no stranger to these big moves.
And gets the dismount, super easy there.
All right, well, this is going to be a little bit tough. 10 seconds, the clock. An unforeseen obstacle of a course like this. Oh,
and it looks like she's gonna run out of time at the very end. Close one there. I don't think they awarded her that clear on the wheels, but that'll be adjusted a little later to reflect her accurate result.
All right, well, that was a great run. Really kept it close. Kept the pace up as well. But up next is going to be Lucy Carr on the start line here.
Lucy Carr, the preteen national runner-up. Definitely a favorite to win it all at this event.
Oh, yes, no doubt. But first things first, wants to get a buzzer here on the placement course. Of course, no athlete's done it yet.
Wow, so smooth.
Yeah, tackling that obstacle with ease. Lucy Carr going.
Now a huge pullback. Good match and go. She should be good for the dismount here. A one-arm dismount coming into the lache lane. Still has 48 seconds left. Now are we going to see some links? Yes, we will. So smooth and a very elegant dismount to end that obstacle off.
Okay, and I think this could be it, but first things first, Lucy's got to get through these final two obstacles.
I was about to say the same thing, Kane. Looking very promising. We could be looking at our first clear for the preteen female division. Man, barely even broke a sweat up the warped wall. And,
did the buzzer not go off?
She didn't hit the buzzer. She didn't hit the buzzer hard enough. Oh, no. Wait, she just walked away. The timer's still going.
Gosh.
Oh, no. And it's up to the athlete to hit the buzzer to firmly stop the time. Not a ref. I don't believe so. I'll have to double check that.
Oh.
We might get that adjusted. Yeah, that should be getting... yeah, okay. Just hearing confirmation. 1:09 to clear. Lucy Carr did get the clear on that, legit. Congratulations to her. She's going to be in first place once that's adjusted on NinjaWorks. Macho the dog.
Yeah, we got
Macho
a good boy.
the ninja dog.
Maybe greeting our next athlete. No greeting for our next athlete.
All right.
But it looks like on the deck right now, we have Tara Peachitz. I don't know. I don't know how to pronounce that one.
Tara Peach.
You're
Saw
right.
her younger brother Ronan run a little earlier. Looks like we'll just be a second, but while we wait, quick shout out to Darren and Millie Baker, father and daughter combo of incredibly talented ninjas, being great hosts to Greg, who has flown out from the United States to really help out this event, make sure it runs as smoothly as possible in typical World Ninja League fashion. They've, been super hospitable to Greg, and they're also running the cameras today. So all of the crazy camera work, keeping up with our blazing fast athletes, that is none other than Darren and Millie. So shout out to them for all their hard work.
Yeah, of course. Very important to keep the eye on the competitor. I expect a great run here out of Tara here. Let's just see.
Now, taking a look at this course once again, it's going to be very interesting to see how many more clears we're going to have. Lucy Carr considered one of the best, especially in this division. And she set a pretty high bar, 1:09. And you can see there she's getting credit updated for finishing the course there. 1:09. Overall puts her in 4th place for the entire preteen division, which is how the Ninja Challenge League scores everything. But regardless, she's going to be running towards the back end of the challenge course later on today, which means she'll have the benefit of getting to study all of our athletes taking on the course.
Yeah, beta, ever so important. No one wants to be the first runner in a competition. Of course, someone's got to be the first runner, but, no one loves being the first runner. Unless there's some first runner enjoyers in the chat. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Sometimes running first can be nice. I personally don't mind running first at times, depending on the competition. I will sometimes overthink strategy on obstacles if I watch too many people run, and it'll make me second guess my own technique that I originally had in store. So running first allows me to keep my confidence and be more assured in my plan. But at the same time, it's also depending on the course and on the stakes. I definitely wouldn't want to be the first runner in something like Worlds, where there's so many different athletes to go and so many different approaches to obstacles that could be figured out as time progresses. But in a more local setting, I think running first is something I'd be comfortable with personally.
Yeah, I suppose your mileage may vary, for sure. Your mileage may vary. But let's see here. Again, I'm excited to see the optimizations that our competitors have already made and are going to make. Of course, we're getting sort of towards the tail end already of the placement course here. So we don't have too many more runners left to go before we go head first into the challenge course. I don't know, there's a lot in store for sure.
And once again, you can see a look here at our obstacles. We have the rising steps, the rope to rope, the slack line, the dungeon, the wing nuts, the ring lache, which are no longer rings. They just kept the name as a formality. The wheels and the wall, a minute 30 to do all of those. And I think a minute 30 is a very reasonable time limit. It requires maximum efficiency. Doesn't require near perfection. You know, you don't have to link the laches in order to be able to clear, but obviously that will help your time in the long run.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, with 8 obstacles and 90 seconds, you can spend a little bit more than 10 seconds on each obstacle and still make it through. So it's a little easier than you might expect, but obviously if it were easy, everyone would be doing it, of course.
Very true, very true. How do you think you'd fare on this course, Kane? Granted the fact that you are much taller than these athletes as well.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. I wouldn't be able to know for sure, obviously, without stepping foot on the course, but I don't know. I could make it far, maybe. You know, you never know, though. Now, I can't say I've tried the wing nuts very much or the dungeon very much, so could go any which way. Really depends. I mean, I've seen you on ninja courses, and I know what you're capable of, so
I appreciate
No doubt.
that, but also I'm 22 and definitely not a preteen in that regard.
Yeah.
So, but
you
but
are 10
regardless-
years older than the age cap.
yes, that is true. That is true. But you know, it's a very fun course. Nothing too out of the ordinary, but I think that's perfectly appropriate for a placement course. This is meant to be done quickly, and is meant to be speedy. So it's about doing fundamental techniques as quickly as you can. Looks like we're going to have Tara Peach up next, and we'll see if she can put together those techniques. Lucy Carr has been filtered back into the run order. Unsure why. I think that might just be a small error. But shortly after Tara should be Charlie Stevens, then Maya Paillo and Poppy Moser to round us out.
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing our star athletes here. Definitely some experienced ninjas in the fray. Of course, that's a given. You know, to be here at all, you have to have some decent experience under your belt, I would like to say. I mean, we've seen competitors in Premier Series that started out in Tier 2, then made it to Tier 1, and now are standing here in Premier Series. So definitely not outlandish. But let's see. Hopefully we'll have Tara here on the course shortly. Looks like, oh yeah, standing on the start line right now.
There she is. You spoke it into existence.
Yeah, Tara. I think we're going to see something great here.
Great leap over.
Moving that rope out of the way as well. Some nice
Oh,
awareness.
a little wobbly on that block. Gonna stabilize herself here before moving on through.
Yeah, it's a little unstable, but Tara, she was able to handle it nicely. Going into the dungeon now. And I like this. Keeping it nice and steady. With that said, keeping the ball rolling. Going into the wing nuts.
And she's going to get out of there very shortly.
Yeah, there
Moving
it
now
is.
into the laches.
Building it up.
Now are we going to see some links? Linking would absolutely help her out. No, but a good follow-through swing here.
Oh, an extra swing.
And she gets the third bar and is out of there. Still has time, but can't waste a second now coming into the wheels.
Oh, this is going to be so tough for Tara here. I don't know. She's
going to get the clear on the wheels here. But it doesn't look like with 3 seconds left, we're going to see a warped wall finish here. Got to the top, though. Unfortunate timing from Tara Peach, but she is going to land herself in second place for the time being.
Yeah, still going to meet with the buzzer. Kept it close, even at the end. Was a really solid run, but as it stands, Lucy's still the only finisher.
All right, well now Charlie Stevens is going to be at the starting block, and I think we could see our second clear with Charlie.
Oh yeah, no doubt. But to talk the talk, she's going to have to walk the walk throughout this course. Let's see.
All right, here we go.
Yeah, here she
Charlie
goes.
quickly on to rope now.
Taking a brisk pace so far.
Wow, super smooth. Didn't look phased by the slack line at all.
Yeah, 6 years of ninja experience really coming in handy here. She knows a thing or two about what she's doing here. And
Great
another
reach over.
If I may point out the gym she's coming in from the compound, obviously the home gym. Got to give you some kind of good omen here. Especially when it
coming
counts.
into the... Yes, perfect landing there.
30 seconds. This is definitely within the cards here for Charlie. And now running up the wall. The 10-second warning buzzing off, but hits the buzzer. Wow, it's great finish here out of Charlie. So, wow, that's going to put her in second place.
I called it. A time of 1:23. Amazing job there. And now we're going to take it over to Maya Paillo.
All right, Maya.
90-second timer is ready to go. Maya looking very focused right now, just waiting for the go-ahead.
Eager to go. and I'm eager to watch. Maya moving and grooving through that first obstacle.
Very smooth move so far. 20 seconds have passed. And now she's making up for a couple of seconds lost in between obstacles with a good, steady movement here through the dungeon.
Yeah, so far so good. Now it's time for the wing nuts. There's so many different ways you can grip this obstacle. Kind of the freedom of this obstacle, definitely refreshing. Though that can be said for a lot of obstacles.
She catches and links off of that second wing nut here. Coming into this Lachey lane with 25 seconds remaining. Doesn't have a lot of time. Hopefully she can jump up in placements though. Oh no, comes up short. And she's going to end up in 6th place with that run. Very surprising there. Hopefully we'll see her turn it around on the challenge course.
Maybe got a little lost in the sauce and wanted to speed up on the bars, but I'm sure she'll have a game plan on the challenge course, so no worries. But here's our final runner here on the placement course, Poppy Moser.
That's right, Poppy. Moving very smooth here on the slack line. Transitions through that very well. Coming up and around into the dungeon. Moving with as much urgency as possible. Still has a minute left on the clock for this second half of the course. 4 obstacles remaining. Starting off with the wing nuts. But she's taking an extra pause here, blowing on her hand, probably making sure that it stays dry.
Yeah, of course. I would say her pace is good. Definitely needs to keep it rolling, though. Put the pedal to the metal. That's ever so important here on this kind of course.
Great catch there on the second wing nut. Now she just has to get the dismount, and she's out of there. Gotta get through this lane.
A similar bit of time crunch. Of course, an obstacle not on the list.
Yeah,
is the
it came
clock.
up short. You could see her re-gripping on her back swings, and when you re-grip, it kind of sets your hips in an awkward spot that doesn't give you a lot of momentum on your laches to really commit to a swing like that. And so it's unfortunate there that Poppy's going to come out early, and with a time of 1 minute 1 second at that point, she's going to be running first on the challenge course for the preteen female division, with Lucy Carr as our fastest finish, running last. That was a great job from all of our athletes, both preteen male and female. We'll be jumping into the challenge course in just a bit, and the challenge course has some very, very awesome obstacles coming up. The very first obstacle is called Learn to Turn. It's a tricky balance obstacle where you're going to rotate a balance beam 180 degrees into a cradle and then walk over. That is one of the obstacles sponsored by OS NWT. It's a custom build by them, and it's really, really unique balance obstacle. I love to see balance obstacles getting more creative liberties being taken here. So many obstacles in balance are either walking across something and having strong stability, while others are sprinting across with good agility. And so Learn to Turn, something different, something refreshing, and it's a great way to start the course. We'll be jumping into TikTok, and hopefully we get some more power on the TikTok from our athletes in the preteen division. We saw the kids and mature kids take quite a bit of time swinging on this, likely because they are lighter and of smaller stature. Our preteens definitely have a bit more size on them and a bit more weight to really build up momentum faster on this TikTok. And then we can head into the rotating cliffs. Super excited about that. Some cliffhangers on a rotating axis, kind of like a little helix for those of the diehard Ninja fans. Then we come into Thor's Hammer, another OS NWT build. That hammer is going to swing and spin. You can grab the sides or the front. The sides is definitely easier. And after that, you come into a series of cannonballs that lead into some cliffhangers. Then a bar traverse into a swinging board. Finally, our second to last obstacle are going to be bird boxes, where you're going to have to remove pegs from floating bird boxes, insert them into the next, and progress your way down the line. And then our final obstacle is actually on screen right now. These red X's are the flying X grab, where you get to grab the inside slots of the X, and you're going to lache sideways, almost wingnut style, into the second set of slots. We might even see someone try and go for the skip, where they abandon the entire second X and just go straight for the landing pad, which is that red mat there. But it's very unlikely that we'll see that. I feel like athletes might not want to do a move that big, but the buzzer is right there, and it's going to be taunting them. Maybe someone will give in and go for it.
Yeah, I saw the mature kids division. It was a tough course for sure, but I think the preteens are going to have something really special going. They are a really strong division that sometimes gets overlooked, but needless to say, I think they could put up something really special here.
I think so too, and we've only had one challenge course clear throughout every division this week so far. It was Hugo Tebet in the kids male division. We've had a couple of close calls with athletes making it to the last obstacle or the second to last obstacle as well, and it's going to be close, but I have a feeling we're going to see I think we're going to see our next challenge course clear, especially with the top two preteen athletes from the Ninja Challenge League, and those two would be none other than Jaden Jolly, who is the champion for the preteen division for the Ninja Challenge League. You can see him right there. He had the fastest time on the placement course. His brother qualified for the Premier Series finals in the mature kids male division, so Jaden's hoping to make it 2 for 2. And then, of course, the overall runner-up in Australia, Lucy Carr, who took the top time, the top position in the preteen female division on the placement course with a solid buzzer there. Having the top two ranked preteens in Australia competing on the same course is going to be very exciting to see. Cannot wait to find out who is going to come out on top in each division. As a reminder, we have 7 preteen female athletes, 14 preteen male athletes, and we are going to send 8 of them, 4 men, 4 women, to the Premier Series finals. So being in that top 4 is going to be crucial to the success of our athletes here.
Oh yeah, no doubt. And even with this being, a bit more regional than you might expect, I don't think we're being spared from any excess of talent here. We've got the best of the best here in Australia. So, again, really excited. It seems that they are doing demos right now. So as you can see, the TikTok right there gave the mature kids a lot of trouble.
That's right. Now, at the same time, it is worth noting, as you said, very talented athletes in Australia. We had 2 of our Premier Series champions be Australians last year. It was Kari Whitby in the amateur female division and Millie Baker in the teen female division. Millie is currently running cameras at this event right now, so shout out to her and her father Darren for some incredibly hard work, hustling around, making sure our live streams are looking nice and pretty. Super exciting to see, but yeah, who knows? Perhaps the next Premier Series champion is coming out of the compound at this event. Could be any of these Australians. We're seeing a lot of skill, especially at the higher ends of our leaderboard. We get closer to the top, we see faster and faster runs. And there you saw how the Aus NWT hold Thor's hammer works. You can see it spin and swing, making it a tricky hold to catch onto, but once you get control of it, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, looks like Jonathan there will decide if our preteens are worthy. I guess we'll see.
And there is our second to last obstacle, the bird boxes. Those pegs are going to be coming in and out of those bird boxes to try and traverse their way through. It's going to be tricky. You know, you have to be very precise on this obstacle, but you also have to be efficient, and time will be ticking away for our athletes as they work their way through. You know, some athletes may feel the pressure of only having, say, 20 seconds left on this obstacle, and that might affect their precision with the pegs.
Yeah, I mean, with the bird box, it's like threading a needle if the needle was stuck on a vinyl record. That's how it feels, really.
Mm-hmm.
It can get really tough, for sure, especially when you miss a move and then it starts swinging all over the place. But as you can see there, that's the final obstacle. The sides are on.
Interesting. Yeah, I was about to say, did not see anyone in the mature kids division try the sides. They went for the inside of the slot. Grabbing the outsides does make this a lot easier. You don't have to do a precision transfer. Perhaps that'll be for our later divisions. But our preteens will have access to the sides of the X. It's going to be a wide catch for them, but it's a very doable catch as well.
Yeah, I mean, not ludicrous at all, especially given that our competitors are a little taller, have more wingspan to them. Obviously, your wingspan is approximately your height, give or take. So, it shouldn't be as tough to grab the sides as, say, if a kid were to do it.
Right. And again, I think the insides are likely going to be used for the elite division. And we have some very, very strong elite athletes coming up. They will be on the course tomorrow. But taking a look at just how stacked the field is, it's absolutely wild, you know, and I can't wait to see that. Of course, we still have plenty of action left today. The preteens will be up next, followed by the teen division after this group of athletes is on.
Yeah, of course, the teen division going to be super exciting on its own. One of the strongest divisions in the league, but looks like we're going to be taking a look at these elite ninjas here.
And there's Abby Cutts, a ninja I'm very familiar with. One of the hardest working ninjas I know. She finds any excuse to train anywhere at any time, and it's definitely paid off for her. She podiumed at the World Championships for the World Ninja League very recently, and it's very easy to see why. And she'll be up against Zoe Harkness, one of the top athletes in Australia as well. Very strong power, definitely specializes in links. So efficiency is definitely something she's familiar with. Taking a look at her progress through this lane here as well. Absolutely wild. It's going to be very fun to see her battle it out against some of the best women in Australia in the elite female division. Now on the men's side, we're going to have none other than Mr. Riley Hume. Riley has done some crazy tricks and pulled off some insane moves like the one you're seeing, but also this insane reverse flyaway twist type thing. Like, how do you even manage that? What makes you think you can even try that? It's wild. Super techie as well. He's definitely one of the flashiest ninjas in the world, and I'm very excited to see what he pulls off on the course. He's probably not going to do anything too unorthodox, but he's going to put on a show, that's for sure. And then rounding out the insanely stacked roster is Ty Beetle, the reigning Australian champion. He was the only athlete to finish Stage 2 in the Ninja Challenge League finals last year, proving that he is the best, the one to beat right now. We'll see if he can hold on to that title coming into the Premier Series ahead of the next Ninja Challenge League finals as well. Look at how smooth he is, man. It's just crazy. So yeah, those elite competitors, they'll be on tomorrow. But we'll be jumping into the preteen division's challenge course very soon. Kane, why don't we run it back for our audience here? Maybe it's their first time experiencing a challenge course. How does it work?
Yeah, of course. I'll explain this as concisely as I can. So with the challenge course, it's typically a little tougher than the placement course, but you are allowed 2 retries. How that works is, again, if you fall, obviously you get a retry. However, if you fail the same obstacle twice, you are out. Fail 3 different obstacles, you're done. So hopefully we'll see some great runs here out of our preteen athletes. First up is Mitchell Elwin.
All right, Mitchell had a surprisingly early exit on the slack line. Balance was a little tricky for him. And we're going to see that tested again on Learn to Turn. You can see him going everywhere, but he's safe. He recovers. But this obstacle can not only be tricky for balance, which he stepped off, but also time-consuming. Timer has to freeze.
Oh, what?
Oh, I think they might have misclicked. Because it says finished. Which means they might have to give him an official rerun, more or less.
Yeah, we'll see in a minute.
It looks like we might be giving him a quick rerun. And considering he barely touched the course, you know, it's unlikely he's going to take a rest here and let other people go before him. It looks like he's just going to be on standby for a little bit here.
I'm sure he won't be too upset about that. Again, yeah, we're already seeing this first obstacle kind of bare its teeth. It's a tough balance obstacle for sure, because some balance obstacles you can just sprint through. This obstacle allows no such thing. You really have to slow it down there.
All right, it looks like Mitchell is... Yep, everything's reset. It looks like we're going to get his rerun here. Time limit 3 minutes, 30 seconds. We're going to step right on. Now he's going to surf his way around on Learn to Turn. Looking much more steady and confident now. Look at how exact it is. Now he's going to drop it in. Oh, but he overshoots it. Going to have to bring it back now.
Yeah.
This is where it might get tricky, changing direction. He's going to go with the technique of raising and dropping it little by little. And it works out for him.
Doesn't spend.
Now into obstacle number 2, the TikTok. Hopefully he has the ability to give it more of a push.
Oh. Building it up slowly, it seems. It's just a little bit each swing. That's what you gotta do.
All right, come on, Mitchell. He should be good to go. I think he's looking at skipping the rings, and he does. Sticks the landing, and onto the rotating cliffs he goes.
Yeah, this is really solid. So far, so good. This rotating cliffs looks like such a fun obstacle. Grabbing as far to the right as you can. You don't want to grip your skin.
Definitely not. We've seen some athletes grab their fingers and it messes with their control and grip overall. Not a problem for Mitchell Elwin, though. He's moving on to Thor's hammer.
Yeah, let's see if he's worthy.
Oh, a missed grab on the ring. But he's straightened out, and he's got to go. Oh, he kicked it. So much force on it. That's going to make it tougher.
He's trying to correct it. It looks like he gave it an extra tap. Yeah.
He's trying to redirect it with his foot. And he catches it.
Pays off. Wow.
Great adjustment there from Mitchell Elwin.
Yeah, really solid there on Thor's hammer. But now he moves into the cliffs.
Hand placement is so important. You want to spend as little time hanging as possible. You've got some pumpy obstacles coming after this, so the less hang time, the better. Oh, he wants to dismount early, and he gets it. Nice job. Now coming up to the traverse to swinging bar.
You know, being the first run on the challenge course, it's never easy, but Mitchell is proving himself here for sure, showing us how skilled he really is.
Now he's going to reach out for those rings and try and get to the red mat. He catches it, and he peeled off just in front of the mat. He's going to have to use his first reach right here.
Look at the clock. This is looking a little bit more pressed.
All right, here we go.
What can he do here?
He's got 1 second to go, and he took too many swings, and that's going to do it for him, which is a shame because, it looks like he might have foot tapped on the blue anyways, but Mitchell Elwin starts us off strong with a run to the 6th obstacle on the challenge course.
Yeah, and you can see the recovery there on Thor's hammer. That was really impressive. It was a super pressuring situation. And let's just say Mitchell worked really well under pressure.
I agree. Now it's going to be Jasper Locke's turn. As a reminder, folks, the top 4 is what matters here, as they will be the ones advancing to the Premier Series finals.
Yeah, Jasper, first things first. What angle is he going to go for? Is he going to go clockwise? Yep.
Wow, looking so smooth right now. You can see how much easier it moves with athletes that have a bit more weight to shift this.
And I like what he did there as well. He stopped it a little short instead of going a little long. It's way easier to move it forward than it is back.
Now he's sizing up this jump again. It looks like the beta is going to be skipping the rings entirely, and that's exactly what he does. Making good time to this point.
Yeah, has only used, I believe, 45 seconds.
Now coming into the rotating cliffs. Probably my favorite obstacle on this course. It just looks like so much fun.
Oh yeah, no doubt. But Jasper, he's the one living this obstacle. Skips. Ooh.
Oh, looks like he wants that dismount, and he gets it.
Now, Thor's hammer cannot be overlooked. Such a tough grab. Oh, what? He went for the link.
That was some insane stuff, man.
That was bold. A bold move here out of Jasper. He's trying to get first and in a fast enough time as well to keep the lead.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's the Premier Series. These are the best of the best, and you can't take any obstacle lightly, especially running second when you know that so much talent is coming after you.
Only 2 minutes have passed. This is really solid. Again, if he keeps this up, we could see a finisher.
Yeah, so far he's making great time, and he skips the rings entirely. Oh, he's got to go back, though. Looks like his back foot hit the platform, so he's going to have to try that again. Timer is frozen while the obstacle's being reset.
Yeah, it gets a
And it
little
resumes.
Gets a little bit to
Jasper's back
rest.
on the course.
So maybe it could help him.
Now has to set his swing and get ready to go.
What's he gonna do here? Oh,
He goes for it
the
again, and
skip.
he gets it. Second time's the charm. Now he has 45 seconds to go on the birdhouses. Wants to make sure that his grip is nice and secure. Wow, super smooth so far. Even makes an adjustment of the peg against his stomach there.
Oh my
And
gosh.
he gets quickly to the end. 30 seconds remaining for the final obstacle. It's not like a crazy amount of time, but it is a good amount of time. Looks like he's going to
could
grab the
have it.
inside. Perhaps he's catching the outside.
Oh, what's he gonna go for? Jasper, he makes
catches
it!
the inside. And Jasper Locke is going to finish the challenge course. Just the second athlete to do so this weekend. A time of 3 minutes and 20 seconds. The gauntlet has been thrown down, Kane.
I cannot believe what I just saw. Jasper, he's gonna have a lot to smile about. He put everything into that run, and it all culminated in a buzzer. This early on.
Yeah, that was something truly, truly awesome there.
Looks like Ollie is moving down that first obstacle.
Wow, so clean. Our athletes really figuring out the rhythm on this. It's getting
Yeah.
smoother and smoother.
Locks it straight into the cradle with no issues, which is really impressive. Says here, Ollie has been doing ninja for about 5 years, and from a very early age, he always loved the monkey bars.
Ooh, great landing.
Yeah, just use the rings to secure his landing. That said, Ollie... Ooh, okay. Way to hang on those cliff ledges with one hand. Now doing the same for the jugs. Of course, considerably easier considering, you know, there's a lip.
And it looks like he's getting a little twisted around, forgetting where to go. And that can really mess with time, especially if it happens multiple times in the same course run.
Yeah, hopefully Ollie can figure this out.
Nice
Also
link
going
there.
for the link. Looks like he saw what Jasper did. Gonna have to keep the pace up.
Good reach over on the cliff there. And a huge swing to match and go straight out of that cliff line. Now he's going to work his way across this bar over to this swinging obstacle here.
Yeah, it would be really good for Ollie if he could get through this clean.
And we saw Jasper skip the rings here. Will Ollie do the same? No, he's going to catch it and underbar through. Very smart. And he's got a lot of time coming into this second to last obstacle here.
Yeah, but he's got to keep it together here. It's so easy to make a mistake on these bird boxes.
I don't know if big swings are the way to go, but Ollie has made it work. And
now,
he's got so much time left on the clock.
Yeah, look what he's yielded himself. This is looking really good. If he could finish, a trip to Washington would look really good for him.
But of course, this X grab can be so deceptively tricky. He goes to the outside and slips off. He's going to have to keep trying.
But he could still take first if he beats this obstacle. It's not out of the cards yet.
Shaking out. Here we go. Jasper Locke put up a great run, but Ollie Hodrup can absolutely dethrone him right now if he can get this move. And he catches it.
He's done it!
And the dismount to Ollie Hodrup gets a 3-minute 10-second run. Amazing job. Ollie's been doing ninja for 5 years. Very early age, he loved the monkey bars, and he was doing that on every playground imaginable. And now it's evolved into training at Ninja Kids Brookvale under Coach Judith Carroll. And clearly that has worked out, as well as Australian Warrior Fitness coach Cameron McClintock. Loves the challenges and the camaraderie in ninja. And I think ninja's a good spot for him, considering the run that he just put up. Amazing job, Ollie.
Looks like up next is going to be Banjo Moser, who was, I believe, our first runner in the placement course. This time around, going fourth.
All right, there's Banjo now on the move. Trying to work his way through, learn to turn.
Yeah, it's like a fine balance. You almost have to kind of fall asleep. Keep that bar moving. Banjo has kept it composed. Now going into the TikTok.
Well, his rhythm here on the TikTok is not great. You want to get into squat when you hit the midpoint, which is essentially where the TikTok is when it's resting. And it looks like now he's starting to figure it out. But even then, slightly off rhythm. He's building now. You can tell he's putting his entire lower body into the throws, and it's paying off now. Banjo seems to be getting in a groove.
One more should do it. Gonna take a few more. Oh,
he's looking at where he's trying to go, and he gets the skip.
Oh.
No, he comes up short. He's gonna have to go back and try again.
it's always a little tough to take a retry, especially near the end of the obstacle, because you basically have to do the obstacle twice.
Yeah, especially with something that requires as much momentum being built like this. Banjo's got to get moving. Trying to build up swing as quickly as he can. Trying to use the side of the TikTok now instead of the backside.
Definitely not a shabby idea. Banjo's making it work.
Looks like he's building up a big swing now.
Oh yeah, and on top of that, Banjo, he can see the landing when he's on the side. Oh no!
Oh man, Banjo down on the second obstacle, unexpected. And an unfortunate way to end his Premier Series run today.
Oh, yeah, that's a tough obstacle. The TikTok still proving it's no obstacle to be overlooked. For sure. That said, though, Ethan Stone standing up on the starting platform.
All right, Ethan.
Again, had the
Already
very
on learn to turn.
had the very short and sweet bio told us he was very competitive, loves a speed course and anything ninja.
Very fair.
That said, though, Ethan able to get through that. So far, so good. And now this TikTok. Looks like he's got the rhythm a little bit under control. Doing it when swinging forward and back.
There we go. Now he's got the power he needs. He should be looking to go on this next one. And he leaps out. Great job. Pushes the ring out of the way to make sure it doesn't affect his dismount. Very smart.
You don't need that stinking ring. That said, Ethan climbing up. Ooh, a little whiff there, but he's able to keep it together.
Yep, it's important that he doesn't waste a drop here. And he keeps a steady pace. Obviously, the grip is good. His hand placement is too centered right now. He's not giving any space for his left hand. You can see that he's having to constantly adjust. That'll take away a lot of time and grip strength.
Gonna go for the dismount without matching on that second to last hold. Now figuring out where to go. Oh!
Wow.
Looks like they're not gonna... That's not gonna be a retry. Didn't stable himself there on the platform, so his run continues on.
Oh no! With a fall on Thor's hammer, that's going to affect his time, and he can't grab that ring until everything is reset. He shouldn't be going yet. He's got to wait.
Yeah, he's a little eager to continue his run.
All right, now back to the scene of the crime. Let's see if he can get his redemption here. He's currently in 4th place. Wants to get further to hopefully be able to hold on to a spot in that top 4. He gets the hammer. And he's out of there. But he's shaking his hands out a lot, Kane. I think he might be getting a little pumped, and he's low on time.
Yeah, this is a tough spot for sure. He's just got to keep it moving at this point. He's done all he could. He's just got to get through this obstacle. Oh! They're giving it to him.
And he's pointing up there, trying to make sure he knows where he's going, but it's not going to matter. Time is up for Ethan Stone. Still a great job pushing through these last couple of obstacles here.
Yeah, this course, by no means easy to take down. Again, was able to take down Thor's hammer. I liked what he did there on TikTok as well. Just punching that ring out of the air. Definitely some noteworthy highlights there in that run. But with that said, up next is going to be Miles James. Again, if I may bring it up, balance obstacles to him he finds very challenging. But Miles, he's handling it with ease. As he should be. Now this TikTok. Super efficient with this swing. And the dismount not too far behind. Running up.
You know what, I'm expecting big things out of Miles here. It says he has a big dream to go all the way in Ninja Warrior. Has many favorite obstacles, including bar hoppers, grip laches, floating monkey bars, and the throwback, which he is yet to master. And at times he finds the balance obstacles and warped wall challenging. Well, he's thankfully through all the balance stuff for this challenge course here, and now he's into stuff that I think is more to his liking. So I'm very excited to see how he fares here. Moving pretty well on the rotating cliff. Oh, and that's right. You can see that Ollie's time has been adjusted to actually be behind Jasper's. There was a delayed, like 10 seconds or so, where they didn't actually start his timer until he was through the first obstacle. So that definitely changes things up. So that's going to put Ollie in second and Jasper in first. Miles, meanwhile, is just outside the top 4. He's going to have to progress quickly if he wants a shot at the Premier Series finals.
Yeah, which, that being said, I like the way he's moving. He's moving really efficient.
Great dismount there.
But again, he survives. Now swinging over to this board. This looks similar to something I believe I saw in the NCL, where you had to climb up. Obviously, no such thing in the preteens. Looks like he's made it through. And look at this. The way he's composed comes into handy here on the bird boxes. Now, one obstacle in his sightlines right now. And the buzzer so close. Miles, can he do it? Oh! No!
Wow. No, he's so close, though. He can get this. He can get this.
A finish would be really good for Miles. Would put him in a great spot. But he can't give up. Come on, for all the marbles. He's done it!
Oh, and we're going to get our third finisher here. A time of 3:23 puts him into second place behind Jasper and ahead of Ollie. Great job there. Did some incredible work.
Wow, an incredible run. He was able to make it through those red X's when it counted. Oh my gosh. That was a great run.
And you know what now? Our top 3 all have finished the course and are all within 10 seconds of each other. All within 8 seconds of each other, actually. So it's going to be a very competitive field as we progress through. We are on runner number 7 of 14 for the preteen male division. Joshua Thompson now is kicking off our second half. And he's got to move very, very smooth if he wants to crack into that top 4. You're essentially going to have to hit a buzzer now. So now it's also about the time that it takes to do so. But he seems to be taking a lot of time here on Learn to Turn. He's finally through and into the TikTok.
Yep, a decent start. I think definitely these 4 spots going to be super competitive, as they always are, right? But with there being 3 finishers so early on, let's just see. For now, taking on the TikTok.
Well, he's out of the TikTok in 1 minute and 7 seconds, coming into the rotating cliffs now.
Again, such a tricky looking obstacle. We haven't seen too much struggles, but can never be overlooked. Oh my gosh! That was close. Gonna go for the dismount. Does have tape on his fingers. Of course, tape is not as grippy as skin, but it doesn't seem to affect him here. Knows what he's doing throughout. I like this swing. Oh, yes! Well done, Josh. Keeping it clean, no retry spent.
Very smooth here. Already eyeing up that cliffhanger. Hand placement completely on point there. Now he's just got to set up that dismount, which it looks like he's going to get. And he's going to hop into that top 4. But of course, if he wants to get any higher than 4th place and off of the hot seat, he's going to have to clear the course.
Let's see what he can do here. In this obstacle, puts a big drop on the arms, especially if you go for the rings, but that platform not too far behind.
He got the rings and he underbarred his way through, coming into the birdhouses now, making good time. I think it's going to just come down to that last obstacle because right now Josh Thompson making incredibly light work of these birdhouses. Oh, missed that front grab there. And now he's actually dangling a bit. I might have spoken a little too soon here, Kane.
Oh, and as you can see, that peg.
Oh, he's going to drop and take a retry. Oh, man, I think I just jinxed him.
Don't call it commentator's curse.
Well, he definitely can get through this obstacle and get to the final obstacle in a good time, which will put him in a pretty comfortable 4th place, but there's still so many strong athletes to go, including the national champion coming up a little later, Jaden Jolly.
Yeah, things aren't looking too easy here for Josh. Oh, no, it happens again.
Oh, man.
Oh. Josh is down. But not due to a lack of effort. This was a really strong run. And that'll still put him in 4th place nonetheless. Again, those bird boxes, which we may have overlooked, they are still no easy task, to say the least.
Well, we'll see if he can get there, how Kobe Roberts is going to fare on that obstacle as well. Kobe staying steady on that balance beam before heading into the true test of learn to turn.
Yeah, moving clockwise down the beaten path. Using those arms to force that beam forward.
Struggling to get it up a little more, and he's actually struggling with his balance there as he's leaning a little further back than I think he should be. But he's on the cradle. He just has to... Oh, no, but now he's on the other side of the cradle. And now he's centered. He can move on forward. Great job there. Kobe now coming into the TikTok. Gonna run at it and then slow down. Interesting. Probably would be smart to use the force running into the TikTok.
Yeah, but I'm sure it won't hurt him too hard. As you can see, building it up. Gotta go for one big leap. Almost at a 45-degree angle.
Ooh, and he lands it. Great job.
Now it's time for these spinning cliffhanger ledges. It's just past the 2-minute mark. as in 2 minutes into his run. One swing and he's off. Now going into Thor's hammer. We haven't seen too many issues with this obstacle. All of our ninjas proving to be worthy. As you can see, simply using the hammer to link off into one fluid motion, not using any extra moves, any extra steps. He doesn't really have the time for it.
And a good pop right across. Yes. Good grab on that second ledge. All right, he's got 25 seconds, though. He's not moving as fast as he could be, and I think that's going to affect his ability to crack into that top four. Joshua Thompson holding on for the time being. Let's just see if Kobe can get through this sixth obstacle. Has a huge swing, catches the rings, and drops gently onto the platform. Very well done there.
But the clock runs out just before he steps foot onto that obstacle. That's going to do it for Kobe's run. Still a really impressive run. I didn't think he went that slow, honestly. I think he just fell victim to a bit of a strict time limit.
You know, if you're not perfectly efficient on the challenge course, especially on those first two obstacles, that time limit can absolutely eat away at just how far you're able to progress on this course. But again, like you said, Kobe did a great job. He was able to hop in and do 5th place with that run as well.
Up next here is going to be Maxim Bull.
Max trains at two ninja gyms, which are Australian Warrior Fitness and Ninja Kids, coached by well-known ninjas Cam McClintock at Australian Warrior Fitness and Judith Carroll at Ninja Kids. He's competed at the World Ninja League Championships, made it to Stage 3 this past year, and he loves the salmon ladder and doing laches, so had to have enjoyed performing on that placement course. Outside of Ninja, he loves gaming and snowboarding. Snowboarding might help him out with his technique here on Learn to Turn. Kind of taking a skater, snowboard, surfing approach, but he overshoots it, and I have to bring it back.
Oh, yeah, I gotta show his inner Shaun White here on this obstacle, for sure.
Well, he made it look easy, did it in just 27 seconds, one of our faster attempts on that obstacle. Making good time so far on the two most time-consuming obstacles of the course.
All right, but now for this one can also definitely eat away at the clock, for sure. I think even with the obstacles shown on this course, there's obviously another obstacle that our competitors worry about. It's the clock. But either way, Maxime has gotten off. Now moving.
Now Max already on the rotating cliffhangers.
Yeah, Max. Oh! Dropping the index finger and the pinky.
Wow, he's going hand over hand right now. Before bumping back out and going to a traditional technique. Setting up that dismount.
Got a little squirrely there, but was able to keep it composed, which is what it's all about here. And look at that. He could probably go now.
And he does just that. He goes to the wrong obstacle, though. He's going to have to head over. Always important to know where you're going.
Obstacles, they're so close together. Sometimes you get a little lost in the sauce and you forget.
A nice use of the cannonballs there to direct his swing over to the cliff. Very efficient here. And gets that dismount as well. All right, now still has a minute left on the clock. We could be looking at our fourth finisher. Oh, but it looks like the ref might have hit that buzzer. Yep, there we go. So that's actually going to put Max into fourth off of time. But as I said, you're going to want to be quick to the buzzer at this point, because being in fourth place is not a comfortable position to be in with so many strong ninjas still to come.
Yeah, not ideal. I mean, ideally you'd want to be first, but
here we go. This is going to determine a lot.
A decent
All
time.
of our athletes have cleared the challenge course with 10 seconds or less left. We'll see if Max can break that streak. He sends it. He gets the catch. Wow, great adjustment there. And he's going to pull back, and his time to the buzzer is going to be 3 minutes and 22 seconds. Awesome job, Max. That's going to put him in second place and in a great spot on the leaderboard for the time being.
I mean, can we even can we point out that really close call there almost peeled out there? But
yeah,
instead,
I can't even tell if that was a recovery or if that was on purpose.
He's still able to keep it alive, though. That's what matters, and that'll put him in second place. So that's going to be really good in regards to whether he qualifies for the championships.
Well, there you have it. That was such an impressive run there. I'm speechless. That was so close to, honestly, disaster right before the buzzer. And it looks like his run's actually being marked under review. Curious as to what might have happened there, but we'll get clarification in due time. For now, we're going to take it over to Mason Dempsey, coming from Queensland.
I do believe we have entered finisher territory, so of course these guys have finished the placement course.
Well, now Mason is going to have to move with some strong urgency, not just through these first few obstacles, but through the entire course to the buzzer. Mason loves ninja. Favorite obstacle is the salmon ladder. He loves to cheer on all of his ninja friends while he's competing. I can imagine he's been very supportive watching his fellow competitors tackle this challenge course. But now he's trying to work his way through Learn to Turn, where he is quite literally learning to turn.
Oh, that's to stay frozen almost, just to make sure his center of mass doesn't drop the bar. Makes it through in a minute. With that said, though, a minute on the first obstacle, definitely not ideal. So, gonna have to keep moving, and he's sprinting into the third obstacle. He knows possibly what we know.
Well, he's definitely had a chance to see just how, how quick everything is going to have to be. Knows that top 4 qualifies for finals, so he's got to land in there. And right now, he's through the first 3 obstacles, and he's lost 2 minutes of his time limit. He's really, really got to push for it.
One more swing is probably all he needs. Oh, could have linked that, but either way. Mason. Got to keep it moving.
He's working his way through. goes quickly across that cliff, and he has a minute left. Now he's a little behind pace, but a clear is still in the cards. Hopefully he can get it faster than Ollie's time of 3:28 if he wants any shot of being in the top 4. The time limit says 3:30, but in reality it's 3:28 now, given that that's where our top 4 is cut off at the moment. And he is really trying to make sure that he has optimal time for this last obstacle, the X's.
Yeah, I mean, I was tensing up for him on the bird boxes.
Well, this is interesting. Are we seeing a different approach here? He's kind of aiming forward. Is he going to try and reach out forward? Wow,
he
what
makes
a great
it.
catch, special delivery style. And Mason Dempsey, oh my, another one. Okay, he did it twice. 3:23.95, just 0.6 seconds behind Miles Janes. Mason Dempsey's going to find himself in 4th place right now, currently in qualifying position.
Yeah, though that does put him in the hot seat. He is eligible to qualify, but we'll have to see how that holds up.
The celebration never fails to get me, honestly. That was wow. All right, well now it's time for Zach Whitehill Field. And it looks like Max's run has been unmarked as under review. It will stand. He will remain in 2nd place. With 4 athletes to go, including Zach. That means we will now be guaranteeing finalist spots for some of our athletes. Zach will either become our first finalist, or it will be Jasper Locke, who currently has the fastest clear time. And look at how close this leaderboard is right now, Kane. 3:22 for 2nd place, 3:23 for 3rd and 4th place, all within a second of each other. It's really going to come down to the wire for these final 4 runners.
Yeah, I mean, it's a close battle between all of our preteen competitors. There's no doubt. You know, what I said earlier, holding true. People are really aiming for those top 4 qualifying spots. They want to go to Washington.
Well, so far, Zach is moving very aggressively on this rotating cliff. You see him trying to adjust his fingers. Wow, a nice skip there. He bumps his hand out to allow space for both hands. And now he gets back in his rhythm. Should be good to dismount. He's going to grab onto that last ledge to be safe. All right, here we go.
About a minute 30.
Into Thor's hammer.
Minute 30 has come and gone. Solid pace, I would say.
He's got to go over to the cannonballs, into the cliffs. Still has a lot of time, but he's rushing over to every single obstacle now, knowing that he needs to get moving. Ooh, an interesting cliff tech there, but it pays off for him, and now he's going to set up his dismount. Oh, he's going to go over to the last ledge before dropping down, playing it safe. Doesn't want to go for any big moves if he doesn't have to.
Yeah, I mean, he's got the skills that kills, you could say.
Not only that, but he's moving pretty quickly right now. Currently, the time limit is... Oh my goodness, a one-handed save and a one-arm dismount. He's fine.
Are you kidding me? He's
looking at his hand.
Yeah.
Hopefully he didn't rip.
Still has 2 obstacles in front of him. Super hand intensive. This one less so, though.
Well, he's quickly through these bird boxes. And he's chilling, but now he's got 40 seconds left for this final obstacle. The time limit essentially 3 minutes and 23 seconds. This obstacle can take so much time with so many big swings needed.
Oh, I think he could do this. Come on, Zach. Oh, gonna take an extra swing.
Should be good to go soon.
Oh,
and he catches one-handed. Oh,
what?
My goodness. How in the world has that happened? And with the time, I don't know why it says 7 points. That's a full clear from Zach Whitehill Field that will be adjusted for his time of 3 minutes and 18 seconds, which will put him in first place and qualify him for the Premier Series finals with so many close calls that put me on the edge of my seat there. That was madness.
Yeah, it looks like, he's guaranteed himself a spot as well with a crazy run to boot. So yeah, Zach Whitehill Field is going to Washington by the looks of it.
Well, now we jump into our top 3 from the placement course. It's Jack Goodman coming up next.
Yeah, Jack. Oh. They started?
Yeah, are things going? Are things going? Is he not? Maybe it was an accidental start. Yeah, it was an accidental start. They're just gonna try it again.
No worries. I think Jack can wait a little longer.
Well, Jack is a 12-year-old ninja from the Central Coast in New South Wales. He's been competing in ninja for 3 years. He trains out of Australian Warrior Fitness and is coached by Cameron McClintock. He started the year with an elbow injury, and it took him a few months to get back strength and confidence, and even so, still managed to get 9 out of 11 victories during the New South Wales ninja season so far. He has competed internationally before, and now we're going to see how he fares under the bright lights of the World Ninja League Premier Series.
Yeah, definitely an exciting prospect. The Premier Series, one of the biggest competitions of the year. Let's see what he can do here. Crossing the moat. Oh, this is really solid. Looks like he's clean. It's like he's done his homework here.
Awesome job. He's going to work his way right across.
Only 25 seconds on and off the first obstacle.
Now he's got to build up a lot of swing here on the TikTok, and he's taking a bit of time to do so. But he puts some deep squats into it, and now the momentum is really starting to build.
A few more swings, and I believe he can get off of there.
And he's clear.
Diving under the rings and sprinting over. A really strong start here out of Jack Goodman.
Wow, a good one-handed technique there. Looks like he's going to set himself up for a dismount, and he's out of there. He's used 1 minute and 25 seconds of his time limit coming into obstacle number 4, Thor's Hammer. Hopefully now he can speed up his process. Not bad time by any means, but of course, knowing that no one is safe right now except for Zach Whitehill Field, you know, you've got to move quickly.
He's making good work so far, though. I do like the speed he's moving at. Just about to pass the 2-minute mark. Not at all at that pace.
You can see him moving on up the leaderboard with every obstacle that he clears. Currently in 9th. And wow, a great hand placement there to lock in. Gets out of there and jumps into 7th now. Now coming through the bird boxes. I believe the only people ahead of him to this point are the athletes who cleared the challenge course. And currently, Jack Goodman is making such good time that he is the fastest to the final obstacle, which means if he clears this, we could be looking at a new fastest time. But that rope getting stuck around so many of our athletes' legs throws off the timing of their swings. Wow, so much power there.
Oh,
and he catches it. Oh my goodness, and gets out of there immediately. The first sub 3-minute time, 2 minutes 55 seconds. Jack Goodman will be advancing to the Premier Series Finals.
Do you believe that puts Max Bull on the bubble as of now? Jasper, believe, still at least slightly vulnerable to getting knocked out, but we'll see. Wow, a nice dive for the buzzer. Ending his run in style. And he'll have a run to be proud of, for sure.
Most definitely. And now for our second to last runner in the preteen male division. This is Nico Zandona. Got the second fastest time on the placement course. Was one of 2 athletes to do it in under a minute. He loves ninja, but also loves athletics, plays soccer, and enjoys alpine GS skiing. He trains over at the Fighting Lions gym. Fighting Lions always has a very large contingent at every competition they go to. Looks like we're going to take a brief standby while we wait, but here you can see on screen our final 10 runners of the stream. It's going to be our last 2 preteen male runners, Nico Zandona and Jaden Jolly, and then our 7 preteen female runners will be kicking off after that. Here is Nico once again. Current time to beat 3 minutes and 22 seconds set by Maxim Bull. Max on the bubble. Jasper Locke sitting in third. Still doesn't have a guaranteed spot to the finals yet, but has been holding on tightly after running second on the challenge course. All right, it looks like Nico is ready. And here we go.
Yeah, sets off here on this first obstacle. And most of our athletes opting to go clockwise. Seems to be the preferred way of rotating. And look at that, 24 seconds on and off. Not too shabby.
Now we know Nico can absolutely get through this course, but the question is just how fast, and its time to that point is largely determined by these first 2 obstacles, which he's out of in 42 seconds. Uh-oh, the pressure is definitely on. I would be nervous if I were Maxim Bull. Staying locked off on the rotating cliffs, going hand over hand for the middle portion.
Wow.
He's going to build up a swing and get out of there.
Only a minute has passed.
And he's going to take... Oh, wow. Really just kind of used that second ring to stabilize himself, and that was it. He centered, and then he released immediately. Very good call there.
Yeah, Nico, he's on a mission right now. He wants a spot.
The lock off. He immediately grabbed that last cannonball, pulled up in a lock off, and then reached. That was so smooth. Yeah, Nico Zandona's he's on a rampage right now. Now coming into the bird boxes with 1:43 left on the clock.
Only half his time has come and gone, and he's on the final 2 obstacles of this course.
Yeah, this is terrifying to look at.
I would hate to be chased.
Yeah, but at the same time, you have to think this is Ninja. Anything can happen, even on the very last obstacle. But we'll see. Yeah, Nico so far has been blazing through the course, and he looks like he's ready to go. And he catches it. And he dismounts with a time of 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Nico Zandano will be advancing to the Premier Series Finals with what is looking to be the fastest time of the day.
Yeah, over a minute to spare. I cannot believe it.
This was probably my favorite run. Every single move that he made with purpose. When he was putting one hand somewhere, it was to already prepare and transition to his next move. It was so well thought out. That was a clinic and a very well-deserving run to the finals. But now that brings us to our final runner in the preteen male division, Jaden Jolly, the reigning Australian champion from the Ninja Challenge League, who had the fastest time on the placement course. His time limit, it's not 3:30, it's 3:20 if he wants to beat Jasper Locke and advance to the finals.
I think if anyone can beat Nico's time, obviously it would be Jaden. He's the only one who can do it, but
Jaden's younger brother, Daniel, qualified for finals in the Mature Kids male division. So we'll see if the Jollies can make it 2 for 2. They can have a jolly good time in Washington together. Very clean so far.
Doesn't even touch the rings. Weaves himself around it.
He's actually about 2 seconds ahead of Nico's pace right now.
Taking it straight on him.
And he is cruising. Gonna set up the dismount, one-handed, and he's through, coming into Thor's hammer, but a little stuck on where he needs to be going. Oh, a good pullback of the ring there.
Yeah, using his sprint to carry himself into Thor's hammer.
And he floats up to link that dismount before running into the cannonballs to cliffs.
Yeah, flying like a cloud here.
A great pop over as well. It's been 1:30. Yeah, this is just insane. This is a massacre of the challenge course. We saw so many athletes trip up on this course, and Jaden Jolly is just making it look like absolutely nothing. Links his way through. He's about on par with Nico Zandana's run. So we'll see who gets the faster time. But it's looking like Jaden is going to be in that top 4 if he can keep up this pace.
Gotta put the peg in, make sure it's secure. Because they can come out against your will.
And he's through.
I don't believe he could get the fastest time, but a qualifying spot not too far behind if he can just complete this obstacle. Jaden, he makes it.
Ooh, and with that, Jaden Jolly's gonna get the second fastest time with 2 minutes and 28 seconds. He is locked in his spot to the Premier Series Finals. That was such a clean run there. Had a couple of small moments, I think mainly on the bird boxes, where maybe he just had to really secure the pegs, but such a clean run besides that. Sub 2:30, didn't even need the full time limit by any means, and he's going to take that second place spot. Shout out Macho.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right, well, we'll take a look back at the preteen male leaderboard in due time, but we're about to jump right into the preteen female division, where 4 of our top ladies will be moving on to the finals as well. We've got Poppy Moser at the starting line right now, ready to go.
I'm excited to see what these competitors can put up for sure. Watch a lot of competitors go before them, so surely they have a game plan mapped out, a strategy in mind. There's no shortage of ninja talent here. I mean, Lucy Carr, incredible athlete. She'll be running last in the run order of the entire stream. But first things first, here's Poppy Moser.
Poppy now is going to pivot her way through. Working her way through learn to turn, and she locks it in.
Yeah, so far so good. Only 30 seconds have come and gone. Makes it on to the pendulum. That's a really good swing. I want to say that Poppy, definitely one of our taller preteen competitors here.
All right, now coming in to the rotating cliff. Oh no, it feels off. She's gonna have to try again. Looked at her fingers a bit there. Hopefully it's nothing too bad. Hopefully no rips. Perhaps just making sure that it's not sweaty and slippery.
Yeah, gonna have to give it another go. But shouldn't be too much of a concern. Didn't lose too much time. More emphasis is definitely gonna be placed on the fingers.
Down, and that's gonna do it for Poppy Moser. A very alarming ending there. Was not expecting that.
Bit of a bummer. It still looked really solid on those first two obstacles. Maybe just a bit of a freak accident there on the cliffs. And with that, we're moving into our next athlete. That said, I'm curious as to what to expect. Of course, Charlie Stevens and Lucy Carr are going to be the names to look out for, but I mean, hey, I think any of the remaining athletes here can take this for sure. Again, the time might be a little bit more lenient. Obviously, it gives you more time to really put some distance in on this course. So, definitely excited.
Macho
to see.
again.
Yeah,
he's had a
Macho.
long day. He's chilling. He's tired.
Yeah, Macho, the good boy. Oh, another angle. We need multiple angles. It's very
We definitely do. I love to see that our camera crew, our entire camera crew at that, is focusing on what matters.
Yeah. The highlights of this competition.
Oh, he wants to take a nap. And I mean, hey, it's been a long day here at the compound. Macho's been working hard. He's been cheering on a lot of people.
Yeah, especially our talented reset crew, our athletes, obviously our camera people.
There we go. Love to see it. Macho getting some love. No, he's like, no, I just wanted to hang out, man. He just wanted to chill and maybe fall asleep, but it looks like he's going to trot his way over to the starting line as well, where we're going to see our second preteen female athlete run. It's going to be, I believe, double checking here. It's going to be Maya Paillo.
Yep, that would be correct.
Oh, so almost a false start there, but she's all good.
She's just really excited to take on the course. I don't blame her. It's definitely an exciting course. Tests all different aspects of ninja.
It's not often that you see a balance obstacle first, especially one as tricky as learn to turn.
You know, I can't say that I've seen many obstacles like Learn to Turn. It's a unique bit of tech that you don't see too often.
And she's locked into that cradle. So she's now going to traverse her way across the beam. And she's safe. Coming into the TikTok now. Going to give herself a running start before stepping into it and giving it a nice push.
This is where really gotta make up the seconds here. Because it's so easy to let it slip away here on an obstacle like this, and also on the first obstacle.
And a nice leap out. She kicks that ring across. And because she touched her hands on the back, on the blue mat, she's going to have to try again. Yeah, you got to get your whole body across that mat, the front end of the red there. So, I'm going to have to do it again.
All right, one more go. Should be enough to take this obstacle down.
Building up some good swing here. Definitely has a look at that dismount again. But has to make sure that she gets her whole body across. And she doesn't. Gets her foot stuck there. And Maya Paillo is going to come undone there on the second obstacle. Tough break there. Getting comforted by her coach. Definitely has nothing to be ashamed of. This Premier Series course can be so tricky, and she gave it her absolute all.
Oh yeah, and to get there in the first place, it's really admirable to be in Premier Series at all.
Yeah, she's a very well-rounded athlete. Been doing ninja at base camp for 3 years. Loves the wall and laches and plays water polo in the summer. Also enjoys trail running. So we know that this single competition is not indicative of her full capabilities, but of course, hopefully someday we'll see her come back and tear it up.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Looks like up next.
We have 5 runners left in the preteen female division. Allison Zulk is going to be next.
Yeah, Allison Zulk. Definitely no sleeper athlete. Has been doing ninja for 4 years. That's at least a third of her life, mind you.
That's crazy, man. Oh, just a quick correction there. That was not Maya, actually. Hearing from my earpiece here. It was not Maya. That was Isabella, actually. Isabella Grosser. So we might have to get the names swapped around. This is Maya.
Okay, this
Sorry,
is Maya.
Isabella. We never really... Oh, I feel bad. We didn't get to give her credit, but shout out Isabella. Still had a great run. Now it's Maya, the trail runner water polo player coming out of base camp who enjoys laches and walls. Oh no, a slip on the first obstacle. These balance beams are pretty thin, so you have to be incredibly careful with it.
Hopefully.
Looks like she's in better positioning now. Might have foot tapped there. We might have to mark that under review.
I think that may be ruled incidental, but we'll see.
Well, she's having a hard time working her way around at the moment.
Opting to just scoot the beam. Oh,
and she's down on the first obstacle. Was not expecting that.
Oh man, that's a bummer.
And it looks like we're going to be jumping over to Tara Peach now. As a reminder, our top 4 athletes are going to be advancing to the finals.
All right, taking it a little bit more conservatively. Got some decent rotation, but scooting it a little bit, swapping back and forth. Lands it in the cradle. And that should let her defeat this obstacle. Now moving in to TikTok here. Now, as fate would have it, does make it there faster than Isabella.
Now, I've just received word that Allison Zulk will not be competing in the challenge course at the moment. And as Tara touches back on the dismount of the TikTok, this does mean that there are going to be 6 athletes in the preteen female division on this challenge course. 2 of our athletes will not be advancing. And because of that, with Poppy and Tara already in the top 2, ahead of 2 athletes at minimum, they are both advancing to the Premier Series finals. So congratulations to Poppy and Tara. Now let's see if Tara can get this TikTok and advance all the way to the top of the leaderboard here.
Yeah, I mean, knowing that you've qualified, I mean, surely you'd want to go for something crazy.
Oh,
no!
Falls back, and that ends her run.
Oh, but hey, I don't think she'll be too upset. Considering...
You know, yeah, a qualifying spot at the compound to the finals, not a bad thing to take away at all. But now we've got our last 2 runners. And our second to last runner is none other than Charlie Stevens, cleared stage 1 at the Ninja Challenge League finals last year. She began training at the age of 7 and competing when she was 9. Trains 3 nights a week at both the Compound and Ninja Nation. She was inspired after watching Ninja on TV. She loves to get the opportunity to represent Australia in international competitions whenever she has the chance. Now Charlie's got to keep her composure here. Beating out 2 athletes would send her into the finals.
I think
and at the
she
moment,
may be banking on completing TikTok, which I don't blame her. I think she can do it.
yeah, but I don't think she's quite figured out the mechanics behind Learn to Turn yet.
Hasn't quite learned to turn.
There
Now
we
she
go.
has.
She's locked in, but as you said, Kane, she's taken a lot of time through that obstacle. She's going to have to beat TikTok in order to guarantee her spot in the finals.
So I think she can do it with the amount of experience she has. I think she can unscramble this obstacle, make it through, and qualify.
Well, so far, a good build-up here. She's going to dismount and get it.
All right,
Charlie Stevens will be going on to the Premier Series finals. Now let's see if she can get past the 3rd obstacle and set a personal or a new best for the preteen female division.
Yeah, I mean, surely now that you're qualifying, you want to win the comp as well. That's the idea.
All right. She's almost at the end of this line of rotating cliffhangers. Is she going to grab that last ledge? Yes, she will. Lining herself up for the dismount, and Charlie Stevens hops into first place. Gets to head over to Thor's Hammer next. Not a lot of time left on the clock, but she knows she's in the finals. She's comfortably moving through now. and could be walking away with the win unless Lucy Carr has something to say about it later.
Yeah, I mean, Lucy's the only person who can take that from her at this point.
Great catch, but peels off. Just grabbed a little low there by the fingertips.
Gonna have to go again. Hopefully can use what she's learned to take it down. Oh. Oh, she's done it. Good stuff. Now, 35 seconds. Again, not ideal amounts of time, but I think at this stage, Charlie just going for distance over speed here. One more swing
And a nice dismount there. She's through and onto obstacle 6 with 10 seconds left. A clear, definitely out of the question. But Charlie Stevens gave it everything she had. She puts herself comfortably into first place with this run, and we will be seeing her in Washington for the finals. Great job, Charlie.
And thus, there was one. Looks like Lucy Carr gonna be the last runner here. Yeah, I mean, what can I say? I'm really excited to see this run play out. And of course, the only person that can currently take first place here. So that's a given considering, last run.
All right, Lucy Carr, the runner-up from the Ninja Challenge League finals last season. We saw the athlete who beat her, Jaden Jolly, qualify for the finals in the preteen male division. Now we'll see if Lucy Carr can do the same and punch her ticket to Washington.
Let's see if she beats this fast enough even.
Oh, she's wobbly though.
Oh, but now speeding up.
A nice steady swivel here. Oh, but now she's trying to force it a little more. And almost has it lined up into the cradle. Which seems to be what she's aiming for. And a drop down. Awesome job.
All right, but yeah, as you can see, didn't do it faster than Isabella Grosser. I don't think that'll be an issue.
It's just going to come down to beating this TikTok here.
We've seen it claim a few names, so you can't ever take it for granted. But it looks like...
Here we go. And a leap out, and Lucy Carr is in the finals, which means your top 4 preteen females are Tara Peach, Lucy Carr, Poppy Moser, and Charlie Stevens. Now this order, very subject to change. Tara is 4th place, but Lucy could clear this and jump into 2nd, currently sitting in 3rd. For all we know, she might even take Charlie's top spot. Great move so far. Coming into Thor's hammer now. But a little lost on where to go first.
Yeah, and I do believe this is in a bit of a faster pace, I want to say.
Oh, misses that ring. And now she's all good again.
Now let's see. Charlie did come undone here. If Lucy beats this.
Great catch. And she's going to size it up. She's all good so far through obstacle number 4. Is so far ahead of Charlie's pace. We'll see if that trend continues on the cannonballs to cliffhangers. Trying to redirect her swing to grab that ledge. Perfect hand placement there.
with the amount of time she has, if she beats this, she will go into first place and she will win the competition. And there
Which
it
she
is.
has. Great job, Lucy. Now let's see just how far she can get on this course. Wow, great gibboning through that little traversal there. Now has to build up a swing to these rings. Great catch and links the dismount. Coming into the bird boxes, but she went the wrong way. That's going to cost her a bit of time. She still has 30 seconds, though.
But can't afford to take any retries. Does have them in the bank, but it would not be good in regards to pace.
Oh, and she's taking a few extra swings. Struggling to lock in that last bird box.
Oh, no.
And trying to stay calm. And she's going to run out of time just as she locks it in, too. So close from Lucy Carr. But she is going to be taking the win here at the compound for the preteen female division. Awesome, awesome job.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Lucy's going to be too upset with that one. Even though she didn't complete the course, made it further than any other athlete in her division. So I think she's going to be happy with that.
Yeah, and there you have it. Lucy Carr, Charlie Stevens, Poppy Moser, and Tara Peach for the preteen female division. Those are your Premier Series finalists. Meanwhile, in the preteen male division, we have Nico Zandona, Jaden Jolly, Jack Goodman, and Zach Whitehill Field in a very stacked group of preteens, both male and female. It's been a great time checking it out, but we're not done quite yet because join in just a bit for the teen division. The teen male and female athletes will be up next. Joining that group will be teen female Premier Series champion Millie Baker, who's looking to maybe go back-to-back with her Premier Series titles. It's going to be very exciting. And then we'll have more qualifiers to come in the future. Next week, September 7th and 8th, we're in Colorado for Arc Ninja, exploring a new gym by Nate Hansen. Very excited to see. Then on the west coast of the United States, once again, September 21st to 22nd, Life Force Ninja is going to be hosting a qualifier ahead of the finals. And then we take it over September 28th and 29th to the United Kingdom True Function Ninja Training Ground. And then October 12th and 13th, we go to Southern Florida at the SoFlo Ninja Academy before wrapping up our qualifiers October 19th and 20th at Modus Ninjas in Lee's Summit, Missouri. All before we head back to Life Force November 15th, 16th, and 17th for the Premier Series Finals. It's going to be an absolute banger, and we've had so many strong athletes lock in their spots already. Be sure to stay tuned because even more athletes are going to punch their ticket to the finals, kicking off with the teens very shortly. We'll be back with another stream very soon. On behalf of Kane Malden, I'm Kane Casillas. We'll see you guys on the next stream.